Christa Ramey. Christa, let's start there. The idea that the defense decided not to put the family on during the penalty phase. I do want to say that I thought throughout this trial, the family really struck all the right notes. I mean, it's not a popular position, but, you know, there's a concern for them, too. They have a son who's got some serious mental issues, and he went and did something awful. That mother's heart, father's heart is broken. The entire family's heart is broken as well. I thought they struck the right tone, but interesting they decided not to put them on the stand in that phase, the penalty phase. Your thoughts on that?
I actually think it was smart. Because at this point, you know, ordinarily what you would want to hear in the penalty phase from a defense is remorse. And I think that this family continues to believe, you know, without judgment, that their son needs mental help and wasn't able to get it. And this is why this happened, and that he was insane at the time. I think they probably really believe that. And so him testifying is not going to help in terms of mitigating factors for the jury to consider. In fact, the jury has already decided that that defense was not warranted in this particular case. So I think that that's where you have it coming down, and I think that the decision was probably a wise one.
Did this ultimate decision by the jury surprise you at all? I mean, I thought perhaps there was a slight chance that the mental illness aspect of this case could be used by this jury as a mitigating factor. Obviously, it was not. Did that surprise you in any way?
You know, no, yes and no. I think that yes, to the extent that I agree with you that a compassionate jury might think, well, you know, there were these other factors, and I think that, you know, it was well documented mental illness. It wasn't something that just popped up, you know, right before trial or right after the killings. So, you know, it was, you know, believable in terms of what was going on with him. But on the other side, I think that it is safer to have Mr. Ramey never come out of prison. And maybe that is also this juror's act of kindness to the family and to the public, and saying that we understand that this person is very dangerous, not just because of what he did, but also because of his mental illness, and that it probably is more appropriate to keep him in prison, you know, for life. You know, if you watched Mr. Ramey during trial, he showed no emotion at all. He was very, and I'm sure he was medicated, but it was very cold, and someone you really would have a hard time finding any kind of light or compassion for. So I think that I could see it go either way, and I'm not surprised that it did come out this way.
Yeah, you know, mental health is always a concern. I know it's an issue close to your heart as well. The concern is that he's going to get the help he needs in prison as opposed to a mental hospital. I hope he certainly does. That would be the best case scenario for everyone as well. All right, Christa, stand by. Let's take a break. When we come back,